And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your hosts, Pete and Mark.
Hey kids, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast. We're back!
We're back.
I'm Pete Salas along with...
My name is Mark Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. You want a trip? I'll bring it to you.
I love it. I love the Aqua Teen reference. We're back. It's been 2 weeks. We took a little bit of a 2-week hiatus.
Yes, sir.
First week because it was 4th of July, and I had a mad case of the lazy ass. And last week, just unfortunate events. Babies got sick.
Yeah, it sucked.
It did. It was very scary. I was very concerned for my nephew. But, shit happens, and we couldn't record, but we're back, and...
We're bringing the energy.
We're bringing the energy. We're going to come out swinging. And I'm spent.
All right, time to take over.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday. What's going on, Pete?
Fuck, man. Well, actually, a lot? A little? Not too much? I don't know.
There's so many things going on in my life.
Okay.
I got a van.
You did. You bought a minivan.
It's awesome. I've always... Yeah, I like vans. It's just so...
It's the creepy perv in you.
There's just so much room for activities now.
Oh, God.
It's got a DVD player. It's got 2 DVD players in there. You can watch, like, 2 things at once.
One is not enough?
No, not in my life.
Okay. So, you got a van.
I got a van. Well, Alyssa got a van, but it's the family van now.
Okay. And if shit goes horrible in your life, you could always park it down by the river.
Exactly. That's what I told her. I said, we practically have a home now. It's a huge van. It's got automatic doors. Mm-hmm. It's got an automatic trunk. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's got a camera in the back for when you back up so you don't hit a kid.
Wow.
But you have to watch the camera. It doesn't... I mean, you can't be like, I had a camera. I don't know why the kid didn't see it.
Right. I mean, I think that legal defense holds up in court.
But yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, that's cool.
Alyssa doesn't like it.
Why not?
Because it's a van. She's like, that is a van. Like, that's a straight up
Yeah,
van.
I mean, I called it a minivan, but it's not very mini.
No.
It's kind of big. It's not as big as like a 70s Chevy van, but it's still pretty big. What is it?
It's a 2008 Chrysler Town and Country.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it takes about the size of
It's like a Canyonero.
You can hold a tiny town in there.
You can. It's 2 lanes wide.
It's so big, but there's so much stuff in there. Like, it's got 3-row seats. You can... I'm so excited.
You realize, of course, that the parents are going to be taking that on trips and stuff.
Well, they can't. I mean, if they fill it up with gas, then I don't care.
What does it take to fill? Have you filled it yet?
She said it's the MPG, miles per gallon.
Miles per what?
Gallon?
Miles per gallon? Gallon?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, so you haven't filled it up.
She says that...
that feeling when you're like filling it up, like you're at a quarter tank and you hit $50 and it's still not filled, that's an awful feeling.
Does your car do that?
No, my vehicle fills up with, I believe it's 15 gallons. So that's about a $35, $40, $45 in some bad days.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But Obama's bringing down the gas prices.
Obama's making it happen.
Thanks, Obama. So, yeah. But, yeah, she says the miles per gallon is about the same as her old vehicle.
I don't see how that's possible.
I don't see how it's possible either. She's driving a tank. Mm-hmm. It's a tank now.
It is legitimately a Canyonero. Look it up.
Canyonero.
Whoopsh. Canyonero.
Damn, that was a good show.
That was a great show.
Oh, did you hear he's
yes,
not? Yeah.
Yes. I read that and I said, I'm going to write that down to talk about it with Mark, and I never did.
Yep.
But yeah, Harry Shearer staying on board with The Simpsons.
Yes, sir.
Money talks, baby.
No shit. I'd stay on board with The Simpsons, but...
I know. Especially if he can do his job. Basically what we're doing right now in the privacy of his own basement.
How much is he getting per episode? I think he's getting like $600,000.
I think it's $650,000 per episode.
Per episode.
And
I don't make that in a year.
You don't make that in
3 years.
Yeah, like 10 years, I think. I don't know. I don't know math. But yeah, he's staying on, so that's cool. So I was without a phone for like going on 2 weeks.
That sucks.
You don't know the half of it, dude. You don't know how bad.
Like it
how
didn't have
addicted
service.
we are. No.
Or...
My phone, which albeit was a piece of shit,
Yes.
antiquated old little relic from the 2010s.
What even is that? Did you guys write dinosaurs in the 2010s?
Just about. I had an iPhone 4. Not even a 4S. I think that came out in 10 or 11, if I'm not mistaken. So it was legitimately like a 4-year-old phone.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln was in office. Go on.
Yes, he was in office, and he had not been assassinated yet. But I had it, and the battery on that thing lasted maybe 3 to 4 hours on a full charge.
That's not good.
So I had to keep it plugged in all the time. So really, in all reality, my mobile phone was not very mobile.
You recorded.
Yes, I was on a corded cellular telephone. And, I've been putting up with that shit for like over a year already. Well, finally, 4th of July happened. Went with the family to South Padre Island, which was really good time.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
Was it packed?
It was not as packed as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I tend to stay away from places like that.
Yeah.
Like on my own, I just say I'm not going to do it. But this year it was suggested, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I went and
Budget.
fuzzantly, damn it,
Gotcha.
pleasantly surprised that it was not as packed as I thought it was going to be. Anyway, my phone got wet. Over that weekend, and
why are you going into the water with your phone in your pocket?
well, I didn't do that. I just
Look, I love you. I'm not gonna say I just don't believe someone picked you up and threw you in the ocean.
why not? I vacation with Brock Lesnar. He's able to pick me up. It got wet, and it started like flickering a little bit.
Yeah.
So I let it sit out in the sun, and I dried it out, and it was perfectly
You're
fine.
supposed to put it in a bag of rice.
Well, I didn't have rice on the. You want me to put it in a bag of sand?
You don't just pick rice from the ocean.
I don't think it works that way. But long story short, it worked, and it continued to work, and I was
Nice.
like, okay, cool, I'm cool. Monday morning, I get back, and I leave it plugged in overnight. I fire it up, and it won't turn on anymore.
Yes.
It's plugged in, but it's not charging. And I'm like, okay, now we have a problem.
Yep.
So that Monday, the 6th, I guess it was, is when I reported my
This is
phone.
a company phone, yeah?
It's a company phone. So I reported it that it was broken. And they said, okay, well, we'll get to work on getting a replacement. And it took about 10 to 11 days. And in those 11 days, I got to say, dude, for someone who has had a cell phone pretty much attached to his hand for the last 10 years, I'm going to say.
Yeah. At least.
At least it was a difficult 10 days to get through.
Oh, I can't imagine.
It is an addiction. It really is. And I had to like wean myself off of it. It was hard. But at the same time, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to feel, it's weird. I had a sense of like solitude.
Yeah.
I felt alone in the world.
Yeah.
Just with me and my thoughts. It's very strange
Oh, that's terrifying.
to figure it out. Or
I would hate to be in my
I
head.
can't quite explain it properly, but it's like in the past, I'm pretty good at trivia. And
You had
and knowing
nothing else to
things.
do but think.
Right. So if someone were to say like, who's the lead singer of whatever, and I'd say like, this guy, and I'd think about it. But once the smartphone came into play, I wouldn't even use my reserves of my useless knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
I would just go straight to the phone. In the last 10 days, I reverted back to like pre-smartphone days. where-
Using your knowledge.
Using my
Your
noggin.
brain.
Yeah, it was really, really bizarre. So it was weird. When was the last time you haven't had a phone?
Freshman year in high school, probably.
Wow.
I have had a phone for a long time. Smartphone, though, I didn't have one like when they first came out, of course, because of course they were so expensive. But then I got one,
Right.
And then like I cannot not have a smartphone. like a browser and games and all that stuff. Like, if I forget my phone to go poop, that's like the longest poop in my life.
I understand.
I'll get the can of Febreze and I'll read the Febreze can.
I do that too. I read shampoo bottles.
Yes, because you're like, I'm just sitting here looking at my reflection.
You have to do something.
Yeah, it's because you're just sitting there and you're just like, God, there's so much poop and there's not
God,
so much poop.
I can't imagine. And I bet you girls right now are listening to this saying, what? Because like they're not used to reading on the toilet.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll play with their phone nowadays.
Yeah.
I know one in particular, Patty. She she takes her phone in the bathroom with her. Although she claims she doesn't text anyone while she's on there. I say that. I call bullshit on that one.
I call Patty shit.
Hey, but
burn Patty in your fucking face. Just kidding.
But yeah, I can't imagine not having anything to read in the bathroom. I have to read something.
Yeah.
I have to.
I mean, I've probably had something in the bathroom since I was a child. Like, since I had a Game Boy, I would have my Game Boy and I'd be done pooping.
Right, me too. I was gonna say, what was the longest like marathon sit? Not marathon shit.
Yeah.
Because the shitting part is over.
Yeah, that's done in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3 minutes, but the rest of the time, I once spent like an hour in there.
Really?
Yes, because I was reading and I didn't realize until my ass and legs fell asleep that I was just sitting
What
there.
were you reading?
I think it was a Dexter book.
Nice.
One of the Dexter novels. So it was recently.
Yeah.
It had to have been in the last 2 years maybe. But yeah, I can't. I just it
My
makes
longest
me feel
shit
better.
sesh, I don't know. It couldn't be more than maybe 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting and just playing a game or reading or something.
I don't know. I know some people won't understand this.
So you got a new phone already?
I did.
What kind did you get?
I got an
iPhone 3.
Yeah, they downgraded me. I got an iPhone 6.
Oh, is it the big ass one?
It's not the Plus.
Okay.
Thanks for rubbing it in, dick.
I don't know. Dude, look, I wanted a Galaxy Note phone, the huge one, because I thought I wanted one.
That looks like an iPad mini.
Yeah. It turns out I wanted a tablet and a phone, so I just got one and one.
There you go.
Yeah, because you don't need a big ass phone.
No, you don't.
My pockets are. I'm pretty hip, so my pants are pretty tight. Did you know there was a girl who? This was a news story. Her pants were tight, and she passed out. She collapsed, and she lost all feeling for her legs, and she's gonna be in rehab for like a week because of her tight pants.
What?
Yeah, she was wearing tight pants, and she was helping her friend move.
How did she even get in them?
Well, because she had the pants on. Okay, tight pants, you put them on. They're fine. But she started helping her friend move, and you're picking up couches or you're picking up boxes, you're bending and you're coming back up. And so your muscles are going. So your muscles start to expand because of the heat from your legs. And then...
They just got tighter.
Exactly. They got tighter, and the circulation to her legs, there was none. And she collapsed, and then they had to cut her out of her pants.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She was looking nice, though.
I bet she had a badass ass. No, I don't like tight clothing. I mean,
Really?
It's always been, obviously, I'm a bigger gentleman, and tight clothing is just like, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
It just feels so constrictive, and I feel like I'm a sausage.
Yeah. You knew me, or you met me when I was at like my lowest adult weight. So I used to wear tighter clothes.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like at my lowest point. Like,
you met me when I was really unhappy. I was with Alyssa.
Yeah, you were addicted to heroin.
Oh man, that was delicious. I miss heroin so much.
You're chasing that white pony or something, whatever they call it.
It sounds like semen.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yes, you were. You were youngin'. You were college. Mark was probably what, 20 pounds ago.
Yeah, I was like maybe 180.
Okay.
So about 20 pounds.
Okay.
So, but I was looking pretty good, and I was wearing tighter clothing, tighter pants, tighter shirts.
Right.
Not so much tight, more form fitting. I mean, like,
right.
You know,
right.
I'm not fucking struggling in there, but I'm like, you know what?
Kind of metro.
Yeah, I'm
kind of metro,
metrosexual,
Fallout Boy type of t-shirts.
Man, I miss that look. I would if I could pull it off, I would do it right now. but I just love cooking and eating so much.
Eating is fun.
I love cooking. Like, I made hash browns right now. Hash browns and bacon.
In fact,
bread.
just last night, I went to a barbecue, and it was Grief's parents, and I hadn't seen them in a while. And his mom actually asked me in Spanish if I was on a diet, and I was like, I was in mid-rib at the time she was asking me this, so I thought maybe she was being she was trolling me a little bit.
Oh, yeah, oh wow.
Oh, are you on a diet? That type of thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, no. And she goes, because you've lost a lot of weight. And I said, what? Like, I don't feel thin.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've lost any weight. I definitely haven't tried. Well, okay,
Yeah.
I take that back. By that, I mean I haven't exercised. But as far as eating habits, I've changed a little bit. But not enough to make this lady...
To garner notice yet.
Right. So, I weighed myself this morning, and I'm probably the thinnest that I've been in about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grats.
Thanks.
Good job.
Could you imagine if I actually, tried? If I actually
you could
put forth some effort?
That's great. That's good to hear. Congratulations.
I don't see it. I don't know.
I see it. It's noticeable.
Okay.
Your head is smaller.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're getting a tiny head.
But yeah, man. Where were we?
I don't know. We're talking about vans.
Oh yeah, vans and
Oh, you know what we're doing?
What?
You know why I've been so busy? It's because I'm helping out with a children's theater camp.
Oh, that's right.
And
how's that going?
it's slow going. Usually I write a play or some skits or something. I'll write something for the kids.
Okay.
This year I've kind of stepped back a bit.
Okay.
And the idea that was put forth was, hey, what if we let the kids do improv? And I was like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
They're not like 4-year-olds. They're like from age 7 to 14-ish.
Right.
But that's still like they can't. They're just gonna be doing fart jokes or something.
Right. That's not a great idea.
I thought it was a terrible idea.
It doesn't sound like a good idea.
I said my words that I needed to say, and they were like, "No, it's gonna be fine." And I'm like, I'm just waiting for them to be like, "This was a terrible idea."
Okay.
They're working on it. They're building up the story. It's not gonna be that night. Okay, give us a place.
Right.
They're building a story, and it's slow going, but it's gonna happen, and hopefully it all turns out well. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
The parents are gonna love it regardless.
Right.
But it's hard for me to not put out my best.
Okay.
And it's hard for me to give other people.
That's ironic considering the show that we're recording right now.
I know. I'm doing the best, Pete. I'm fucking sidekick numero uno. You're the one that's dragging ass. That's nice, tight, supple ass now. But I like to do good. I like to give it my all, give it my best, and then when people don't, it like irks me, and it hits me hard and bad, and like.
Would you say you're a perfectionist?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay. In a professional setting?
Absolutely. Absolutely in a professional setting. If it's at home, then I'll be like, I don't know. Alyssa has a, she gets mad at me a lot. Not mad at me, but she's like, come on. Like I'll walk over. Come on. I'll walk over like socks and shoes and stuff, and she'll be like, did you not see that? I was like, see what? And she's like, you looked down, you looked at it, you stepped over it, and you kept on walking. I was like, I don't remember that at all. But at work, everything I do, I'm in constant communication. You've received some of my emails.
Right.
They're always very professional, very detailed. You have every piece of information that you need in that email.
Yes.
And that's how I am professionally. And when other people are not like that and we share the work, I'm like, oh my God, I'm terrible because they are terrible. Yeah.
This isn't a veiled criticism of my sister, is it?
No. What?
Let's look. You should probably put that out there.
No. She's not in charge of the play either. Let's get that straight.
Okay. I was wrong.
No. She's really in. she's not in charge of the actual play. She's in charge of the program.
Got it.
Let's say that.
Got it.
She's in charge of handling all the money. She's in charge of she's a producer.
Okay. And
So
you were what considered what?
I used to be a playwright / camp counselor-ish type of deal where I would help out the kids learn different acting techniques and whatnot.
Okay.
Now I'm more just a counselor, just in the back helping out, letting the other counselors really lead. I was one of the leaders.
Okay.
And now I'm just making sure that the kids are focused and paying attention and listening to the leader right now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
she's a very soft-spoken girl. She's a sweetheart, but she got no oomph. Kids walk all over her.
I see.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, I mean, hopefully you guys can pull it all together and by curtains up. When is that?
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, it's a 3-week long
Dude,
thing.
you can do amazing work in 2 weeks.
I was expecting to write a play over the weekend. I was just told Alyssa, like, if I need to write something, just tell me.
I think you should do it anyway. I think you should just sit down and write it anyway.
I could write it really fast. I mean, I'm very cocky.
Apparently.
But I mean, it's for kids and it's for parents. I'm just gonna write something stupid. I wrote a chicken sketch last year.
What do you mean?
It was a hilarious chicken sketch. It wasn't great, but the kids loved it. The parents loved it. Pretty much, it was surreal type of deal where there was a double date where there was this couple and there's their friend that's a girl.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I'm excited to meet this guy, Charles. And they're like, oh, you're going to love him. He's going to be great. He comes out onto stage and he's a chicken. And Alyssa hated this sketch. She was like, I don't get it. I'm like, you're not supposed to get it. He's just a chicken. He's just chicken. He's a kid. He's dressed up like a chicken. He's a chicken. For all intents and purposes, he's a chicken.
Okay.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's funny because it's ridiculous because of how ridiculous it is. And the kids loved it. The actor that we had was a fantastic chicken. He was like he was bobbing his head. He was shaking and he was like, he was a great chicken.
Okay.
And everybody was like perfectly normal. Everyone's like, whatever. This is a chicken on a date. And the girl that he was on the date with was the only one that was like, this is a chicken. So everyone was playing it real cool.
Okay. So she was. I
She
guess
was the one
the joke is that she's the only one that is bothered by the fact that he's a chicken.
Exactly.
Okay.
And everyone else was really chill about it.
Other than my sister, of course, she was really bothered
Yes.
by the fact that he was a chicken.
But why is he a chicken? Because he's a chicken. But why? Because it's dumb.
Mark, that is such proof of your of your sense of humor and why you connect so well with children.
They loved it. The kids got it.
Obviously.
And that's all that mattered to me.
Right. Well, that's cool.
It was silly and I loved writing it.
Well, hopefully, I still think you should formulate an idea to make it even easier for you to write it, should you need it. It's better to have it and not need it, I'd say.
Nah, I'll write it. I have ideas floating around. I was like, I don't know.
Anything as good as the chicken sketch?
I'm thinking I'm going to have a guy that has a bait and tackle shop.
Okay.
And he's bait man. And that's all I got, but I guarantee you I could get you 7 pages by tomorrow. I was like, that sounds kind of
Bait
fun.
man.
Like Batman, but
Right,
he's
no,
Bait Man.
I get it. Holy shit.
I get it.
No, I get it.
I understand.
I get it. Don't even go any further. So this is episode 41.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
We took 2 weeks off. The last episode we did was episode 40. It was entitled Dinosaurs Are Fabulous.
I remember that one.
Yeah. I for the purposes of that week and the discussion that we were having, it was right after the Supreme Court ruling on the gay marriage. I think
You're against gays now.
No. I think we have some listeners that are against gays.
Really?
Yes, because I changed. You know how I typically put the logo as the YouTube icon or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, this past episode, 2 weeks ago, I put the rainbow flag over our YouTube logo. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. Not nearly as many views as we've gotten the past 39 weeks.
Really?
And I think that the rainbow flag was a turnoff to some people.
Wow.
It struck a chord with me because if you've been listening to us for the last 39 weeks, you know that we're pretty liberal on this show.
Yeah.
Okay? So if it took you this long to not like what we say or what we have to, our beliefs, I would have thought that we would have been losing viewership, listenership, whatever.
Yeah.
Steadily for the last 39 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's only grown. And it just so happens that the episode that I put the rainbow flag as our logo, we got maybe half the viewership.
Really?
Yep. And I think people just didn't want to click it because maybe it was the whole Facebook campaign where you can rainbow flag your face or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were just sick of it already. I don't know. But it didn't upset me. It didn't even hurt my feelings. It just kind of bothered me that if that was such a turnoff to people just to see that logo, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I didn't get any negative comments. I didn't get any hate or anything like that.
It was just a significant drop in viewers.
And that spoke volumes to me.
Wow.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
It's strange.
I mean,
I don't regret it.
Of course not.
I just wanted to point that out that because I've had people the last 2 weeks text me and message me and say are you guys closing up shop or are you guys not going to do it? And I just tell them, hey man, I needed a break for a second. We'll be back, which we are. We're back now, but I just found it very strange, and I had to point that out. We had less viewers for episode 40, and the only difference was the little icon, and that's kind of sad. But it's also it's kind of. I know we're a tiny little bullshit podcast.
Yes.
But I think that in a sense, you could multiply that across the world. Mm-hmm. Or, let's centralize it across the nation.
Yeah.
And the nation is kind of split right down the middle on it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen... I didn't live through the whole racial segregation and civil rights and all that thing of the 60s.
Correct.
I was not alive, but we're kind of going through that again now.
I was frozen during that time, so I don't remember.
Right, because you were born in 1912, right?
Yes, 1912.
1912, frozen in 1922?
No, I want to say, when did Prohibition happen?
I don't know.
Because I was like, fuck this.
1920? 1920.
Yeah, I froze myself in 1920, and then now I just don't drink.
You froze yourself for nothing.
Nothing. And then I was like, unfreeze me when they lift this shit because this is bullshit. This is dumb. And then they forgot.
Well, I think it's time to get frozen again because we're going through another civil rights bullshit split right down the middle. And that's the point I'm trying to make is the country split right down the middle. We got half the views that we typically get, and the only difference is what seemed to be support, which was support of the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
And that kind of bothers me. That kind of bothers me that so many people are bothered by it. Still, it's just upsetting.
There are people that are gonna be offended by what other people do behind closed doors, and I don't know if there's anything we can do about it.
I guess not.
You know what? They're gonna die, so there's that.
You know what I'm gonna do is just as a sociological experiment. This episode is going to have guns and the American flag as the logo.
And an eagle?
And an eagle.
Yeah.
America. Right.
That's
so let's see if we get triple the views. Then there's no hope for this country anymore.
Okay, if we get triple the views, I'm gonna say right now, I love you gays, but I'm gonna be anti-gay next episode.
Right. We're all about guns and government and Confederate flags.
Woo!
Open carry.
Racism.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that there's a Ku Klux Klan there? Did you know there's a Ku Klux Klan?
What?
Yeah, they
Tell me
don't
more
like
about
blacks.
This KKK.
But apparently, my friend was telling me they were doing a news story, and they had a stand-up by a Klan member who said, "Oh, we're not racist."
Okay. What is he then?
This is just their little group. This is kind of like their heritage.
Like a what?
Yeah. I'm like, no.
They don't consider it racism?
They're like, we're not racist. And in fact, they said, if we saw someone that was black that was being persecuted or attacked on the street, we'd say something.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, they'd say something. They'd be like, hey, that's our job.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
So the KKK is more open-minded now?
Well, they got a new leader.
Do they?
Yeah.
Obama?
Tyrone Biggums. So anyway, hey man, we're doing what we're doing, and I also, now that I've pulled the curtain back a little bit and showed you some of the backstage stuff that happens here, the 2-week hiatus was not because of that at all. I mean, we had legitimate reasons for taking 2 weeks off.
Oh yeah. Oh, can I talk about how Dexter got sick?
Yes, please. I touched on it, but you didn't go in, so I left it
Well, because
alone.
we were talking about a van, and I'm like, that's a great story. Everyone wants to hear about a van and not about my son.
Right.
Okay, so as I mentioned, we are doing a Panama Children's Theater.
Yes.
So we're busy, and Alyssa's gonna start working in September.
Right.
So we decided, you know what? It's time for them to go to daycare.
Mm-hmm.
So we put them in daycare. Day one.
Day motherfucking one.
Dexter comes home, and he's got a fever.
Mm-hmm.
Harley comes home. She's got a scrape across her forehead.
Right.
I'm like, this is bullshit. I hate daycare.
Right.
Because I'm like, I was already having trouble because when we dropped off Harley, she was so excited. She was looking forward to it so much. She left and she like grabbed the hands of one of her like teachers and walked away. And I'm like, bye. And she just waved bye. And she walked away. I'm like, oh my God, my heart is crushed. I'm so sad right now.
Right.
And Dexter, he was sad because we were leaving him with a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my heart is double crushed.
Yes.
Because my boy needs me.
Yeah.
But anyways, besides that, they come home. Dexter has a fever. Harley's got a scrape across her head. She fell.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. She's a klutz.
Yeah.
And Dexter, he comes home and he has a fever of 101. And I'm like, damn it, these fucking disgusting kids. They're infecting my babies.
Right.
And then I'm at work because I'm doing the camp from like 8 to about 1. And then I go to work at where I work from 2 to 11. So my whole day I'm out.
Right.
And then Alyssa's texting me. And then she texts me like at 10. Hey, Dexter's got a fever of 103. We're in the emergency room.
Damn.
103 is so fucking hot.
Right.
And I'm like, these fucking kids are trying to destroy me.
Right.
So we took him to the hospital. It turns out he had some sort of a virus that was, I guess, going... By the way, if your child has a super high fever and they do all the tests and they come back saying, oh, it's an earache, they didn't know what it was.
Right. That's just like
So pro tip.
buy me some time.
That's a blanket.
diagnosis.
Yeah, this is what happened. He just had an earache. That's why we had to poke him with a stick and draw out all his blood.
Or like it's going around, or we've seen this already a couple times. Like
Yeah.
it's just bullshit answers. that they give
Exactly.
you.
So they didn't figure out what was wrong with him. We took him to our regular pediatrician. He's like, yeah, it's just a normal virus. He's going to be fine. Don't give him the antibiotics that they prescribed him because they're not going to do anything. And so I was like, thank you. I was pretty sure that was the case.
Okay.
And he got better.
Good.
So that's why
Well, it was a scary day. I remember that. We were supposed to record that day.
Yeah.
We made plans to record that evening when you came out of work, and then, 10 o'clock, I'm being told, hey, your sister took Dexter to the emergency room. I'm like, what? So that's when I texted you. I'm like, hey, dude, handle your business. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it was a scary moment. No one ever wants to hear that an infant is being taken to the emergency room. So
What's weird is Harley had something similar about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you recall, but we had to take her to the emergency room also and it was during this camp, because this is like the 4th or 5th year we've done this camp.
Mm-hmm.
It was during the camp. She had to be taken to the emergency room because she had like the same thing, I want to say.
Wow.
She had a super high fever. It developed she got really hot really
I do
quickly.
remember that now.
It was a Saturday night, and we were in the hospital all night. And I don't know what happened to her. And it was, I think, the same thing. And was so crazy because it happened to Dexter too. And I'm like, these fucking kids don't want me to sleep. Because that night, when it was with Harley, I didn't sleep at all that night. I was with Alyssa, with Harley in the hospital because I was like, this is my first baby. I'm going to have to stay here the entire time. Right. And then with Dexter, I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going home. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I have work and packed tomorrow. Packed is the camp.
Yes.
So I'm going to go sleep for like 2 hours. I'm going to call you and then we'll switch off. And she said, okay, that's fine. So I went home.
Well, because Harley was here.
Yes, Harley was here. Yeah. Nobody was watching her. Well, your mom was watching her. She's taking care of herself. We got Roomba. Right. Roomba's taking care of her.
DJ Roomba?
But yeah, that was a very scary situation. But everybody's doing fine. Oh, except Dexter had pink eye yesterday. Because kids are fucking disgusting.
Gross.
I'm terrified of having pink eye. I've never had pink eye.
No?
No.
I don't know if I've had it. I might have. Pretty sure. I have a tendency to rub my eyes after I poke my butt.
That'll do it.
Yeah. that'll do it every time. Yeah, but I'm glad.
Oh, you know what I did? I know. I'm sorry. Real random. I was like, I need to talk about this. We're men, yeah?
Yes.
Looked at your dick.
Yes.
Good. Looks bigger because you lost weight. We piss outside.
Oh, all the time.
Because it's just so convenient.
I just pissed outside last night at the barbecue I was talking about. Yep.
Sometimes, like, the hall bathroom is right next to Harley's door, and I don't like to walk past Harley's door because the floor creaks a bit, and she's a very light sleeper, and I'm like, I don't want to wake her up. So sometimes I'll just walk outside and take a piss. Mm-hmm. So last night at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, and then I walk out, and then I turn the corner. I have my dick and balls out. Mm-hmm. I walk into a cobweb.
Oh, no.
And I just fucking rip all my clothes off. And I start like fucking brushing off my entire naked body. I'm like, please, God, don't let there be a spider in my butthole or in my balls. It was the worst feeling. I kid you not.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
It was so terrible. It was gross.
Can imagine. I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. But
walked out. I got on my D&B, my bees. I got a spider web, and I just I got naked, and then I was like, I'm gonna just sleep naked because I don't want it to have like fallen in my chons or anything. Right. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep naked, and in case I feel anything tingling, I could just brush it off immediately. I don't have to like reach in my toolbox for so to say to rip out a spider.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It's terrible. It's up there with probably number one worst cobweb spider web I've walked into.
Okay, now I need to analyze the situation just a bit. Why were you walking while naked?
Hey, did you see me walk out naked the other 2 days ago?
No. Why? Was I outside?
Oh, it's because what was it, Thursday, I want to say? Alyssa, she was off to do the summer camp, and I was going to go to work because I was working early that day, and I wasn't going to do the camp, and I walk her to her car, and as I was walking into the house, I take off my pants while I'm outside.
What is this
and then
obsession?
She looks at me, and she's like, oh my God. She's just like, because I thought it would be funny, and it was funny.
No, I did not see.
And she called me, and she's like, Pete saw you. And I was like, what? She said, I was pulling out, and he just shaked his head at me. And I was like, oh, well. Guess he saw my twig and berries.
I remember that, but no, I didn't see you. I was shaking my head because she had just opened the gate. And then I guess she accidentally pushed the button again, but she forgot she was leaving. Oh. So like she kind of trapped herself. Anyway, no, I did not see you.
Oh, okay.
Back to your original story. Why were you walking around naked outside?
I wasn't walking around naked. I had the boys out while I was walking to the
So they
edge.
were already out.
Yeah.
As you were walking to your piss destination.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Nothing. There ain't nothing that annoys me more.
I don't piss and walk.
Than being in a public restroom and like the guy practically walks in with his cock out. Like he's already unbuckling and pulling out his balls, his dick and balls, as he's walking through the door. He has to walk by all the stalls, all the people washing their hands, little kids drying their hands, and he's just got cock out, just walking towards the urinal.
That's
like he's in a locker room. It's not a locker room, bro. It's a fucking restroom at Chili's.
No, I don't do that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I ain't that confident.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll forgive it this time, I guess.
No, I mean, I go outside and I'm like, it's fucking 4:00 in the morning. I'm gonna cut real quick. I'm gonna just piss off the porch.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, like right there, as soon as you turn, there was the spider web.
There's a point, because I used to live in that house that you live in now.
Yeah.
Now there's a
Highlander rules. I killed you to get that.
Yes. My favorite piss area was over there in that corner, right off the porch also, but like you take a right and then you go, you know how it kind of ramps down?
Yeah.
Okay, this corner right there that's pointing towards the corner of the property.
Yeah.
That was my designated outside piss zone. And I noticed that, I mean, I was doing it maybe once a night. You know, I would stay up late playing video games. And just like you, I don't want to wake anybody, so I go outside. We started growing some weird vegetation there where I was pissing, and they ended up looking like watermelons.
What?
Yeah, like maybe they were honeydew or something. My mom said they were honeydews. Did not eat them, just so before you ask. But yeah, whatever was on the ground mixed with my urine created some sort of strange mutant fruit.
I think you're Mother Nature. I think what's going on.
I think so.
You should like shit in a pot plant. In a potted plant, and then just see what grows.
Like grow an oak tree. Yeah, that's funny. So
yeah.
Anyway, that wasn't too bad for our return.
Yeah.
Episode 41.
As a little teaser, next time I will talk about the latest adventure in which I got free food.
Hey, all right, save that one. So on that note, hit the music. I want to thank everybody for coming back and joining us 2 weeks later. I want to say to whoever felt offended by the picture that we used last time we were out here, episode 40, I'm sorry that you're kind of closed-minded. So if that's the case, then, you know, maybe you shouldn't be listening to this podcast. And we'll rebuild our listener base with people who are more in tune with what we like and what we believe. And that's okay. Hey, man, to each his own. I'm not blaming you for your beliefs, because then I would be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thanks for joining us the previous 39 episodes. If we lost you at episode 40, hopefully you find another podcast that suits your needs. But for everyone else, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for listening. This is the Still Unnamed podcast. And, you know, we do things our way here, and we don't cop to any beliefs. I said cop. To anybody else's belief system.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're unprofessional, as you can hear. Mark just hit the...
I get fidgety.
Yes, he does. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Pete Salas, along with...
My name is Mark Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. You want a trip? I'll bring it to you.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. Have yourselves a very, very, very happy Taco Tuesday. Bye-bye.